It was revealed that Jordan had written checks totaling $165,000 to pay his gambling debts.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. I got something pretty cool for you here today. This was recommended in the comments to me to check out, and this is a sit-down interview. Looks like about 16 and a half minutes long with Michael Jordan from 1993, and it's titled Eye to Eye with Connie Chung. I think I might have watched this back then in 1993. I definitely remember Connie Chung, and I don't think I've seen it since, and I'm also not 100% sure I've seen this. I'll know for sure as I go through this if it rings a bell or brings back memories or what. But either way, 93 was a long time ago, so I'm looking forward to seeing this, because I don't know if this is after he retired or before. Yeah, we'll find out. Anyways, this video is from a channel called Jordan Era NBA History Podcast, in all airness. Don't believe I've ever heard of this channel, but I'm probably going to subscribe to this channel. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do it right now. If they got content like this, I'm all about it. Anyways, as always, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description for you all. So if you want to check out this channel or watch this video without me, go right ahead. Everybody, please leave this video a like. It helps out a ton. And without further ado, let's get to the meat of this.
She's the head of the household. In some ways, I am kind of afraid of her.
She's the boss.
She's the boss. But she don't make jump shots. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Image has been tarnished by gambling. There's even a book out that claims he's addicted to gambling and that he doesn't pay his debts. And now the National Basketball Association is looking into these charges. This is the first time Michael Jordan has done an extensive interview about his gambling. When we caught up with him at a celebrity golf tournament in Lake Tahoe last weekend, he told me he's going to change his ways. Because of the book? Because of the NBA? Because he's a hero to millions of kids? Michael Jordan says it's because of his wife.
Oh. Okay, so this was not the subject matter I was expecting, but let's do it. Also, I don't think I've ever seen this interview.
You don't have to be a sports fan to know that this man is beyond human.
Yeah.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
By the way, that's proof. Did you hear that? This is way before Shaq, man. So Shaq, you can stop hating Dwight Howard because he didn't steal it from you. You stole it from MJ, man.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan, nicknamed Air, because the laws of gravity just don't seem to apply.
Yo, Professor, how does Mike defy gravity? Do you know?
At age 30, Jordan has led the Chicago...
You know, my dad still quotes that right there. Do you know?
Bulls to 3 straight NBA championships.
And let the celebration begin here in the Windy City.
The Dream Team to an Olympic gold medal. And most importantly, he's given America and the world a sorely needed hero.
Yep. While blocking the, hold on.
America and the...
There. While using an American flag to block the Reebok logo. Because he's a Nike guy. It was a savage move, man. I didn't know that until it was The Last Dance, right? Yeah, I think it was The Last Dance that he talked about that. This is freaking hilarious.
World a sorely needed hero.
Mr. Jordan!
He's a modern-day Elvis. A Jordan sighting sparks a frenzy. His touch, a burst of tears.
Well, I hope she enjoyed it. Well, it's not normal. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing.
Is it because you're the greatest athlete in the world?
That's hard to judge.
Greatest basketball player in the world?
That's still hard to judge.
Oh, come on. Are you sure this isn't an oh shucks kind of routine?
Me?
Yeah.
No. This is me. Believe me, this is me.
Mike.
See, even in his prime, he wasn't saying like I'm the greatest, I'm the best.
Being Mike means making a record $36 million a year in commercial endorsements.
Air Jordan. Over the second rafter, off the floor,
I love
through
these.
the window, off the wall, nothing but net.
All right, guys, please leave a like. This is going to get demonetized in so many different ways. If it doesn't, I'm going to be in pure shock. So please leave a like, share the vid, all that good stuff to help out. I appreciate you all, and let's keep going. But I loved these commercials, man. The Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, what is it? Horse videos. Those are commercials. Those are so great. And then that Bird versus Magic. I'm sorry, that Bird versus Jordan came out. That video game was that on? I think on the original NES. It was terrible. The dunk stuff was pretty fun though. I remember Statue of Liberty
And being
over
Mike,
and over
according
again.
to the World Almanac, for 6 years running,
Wheaties
he's
box.
being the most popular human on the planet.
If you could be Bill Clinton or Michael Jordan, who would you be?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Ah, Michael Jordan, the basket.
The
People
basket,
all
hell
over
yeah.
the world like him. And who likes Bill Clinton?
I'd be a president with a better jump shot.
Can you go and...
That Al Gore. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought with that one. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, how crazy is it that somebody, doesn't know how to say the full name of the sport that he plays? Basketball. And he's like the basket, but he knows freaking Michael Jordan. How crazy is that?
where maybe outside the country and not be recognized?
I used to go to Paris a lot because Paris was a place that, I could just walk on the streets. I can sit out and have dinner or have lunch or whatever, and people never really paid attention.
Did you feel a great deal of freedom?
Oh, I love to do that. I just stay outside all day. I wouldn't want to go inside at all. I just love sitting out and watching people.
Michael, you really do seem very normal,
Well, I try to be as normal as possible.
Jordan has always pursued normalcy, like a championship ring.
I always felt I was going to be a bachelor. A woman would marry me, and I end up doing my cooking, my dishwashing. These are things that I used to do at home because we had chores to do at home.
You're like a poster kid for clean living.
True. Now, some of those things have changed. I don't do them now as often as I've said. But
You don't vacuum anymore.
if I make a mess, I will.
Really?
I will. If the maid's not coming today or, soon, and it's a mess. I mean, I'm a tidy person. I don't like to have a dirty home or, untidy situation.
I can
The
imagine
maid
that.
is not the only important addition in Jordan's life. Juanita Jordan, 2 young sons, and a daughter share the burden of being related to a legend. And understandably, Juanita prefers staying in the background. Tell me about
Crazy seeing his boys that young.
your wife.
Her? Very independent. Very demanding.
Thank you.
Very mature, as you know. Very caring. Good mother. Learning to cook. I love her to death, though. I mean, she's got a sense of humor just by hanging around with me.
You knocked out a good wife, a great wife.
That's everything. That's everything included.
While to the public, Jordan may be the world's greatest basketball player, at home, the legend gets benched.
She's the head of the household. In some ways, I am kind of afraid of her, but not to the point where, I won't go outside. I won't do anything. She runs the household. I must give her that.
She's the boss.
She's the boss. But she don't make jump shots. That's the difference.
While Jordan's heroics on the court are phenomenal, 63 points in a single playoff game, you might not know about his off-court heroics with underprivileged children. Despite a hectic schedule that rivals the president's, don't look for a limo or a driver. This megastar likes to keep things simple.
Yep. And still to this day, I still see it once in a while. He's doing a very highly charitable act, and he doesn't do it in a way to gain clout. He just does it kind of behind the scenes, and if the media covers it a little bit, he makes a quick statement, and then he moves on with his life. I really respect that about him. Who knows how much like anonymous donating he's done? Because I bet it's a lot.
Off-season, he runs a basketball camp.
You afraid? Join the club. Come on over here.
And with the help of his mother, Dolores, he runs the Michael Jordan Foundation, which serves needy kids in Chicago.
Remember I saw you there? I was walking around with you.
Being involuntarily elected to the status of master role model has not been easy.
It's a heavy burden because they expect you to be the most perfect human being that you can be. And for a while, certainly I tried to do that. I tried to live that life of being the most perfect person. But I had to come to my senses. Hey, I'm just as human as anyone else.
So when was the turning point?
The turning point was the gambling, all the gambling incidents. You know, it illustrated that, hey, I made a mistake.
Jordan's mistake? Mixing his lust for golf with heavy betting. 2 years ago, it was revealed that Jordan had written checks totaling $165,000 to pay his gambling debts, including one to a convicted cocaine dealer he had golfed and gambled with. Although Jordan did not break the law or any NBA rules, the league reprimanded him for gambling with unsavory characters.
Yeah.
The scandal...
I mean, the dollar amount to me means nothing because you're talking about a guy who's making, combined between the NBA and his endorsements, I'd assume close to like $35 million, something around that range, maybe $40 million a year with everything combined. So $100,000 in 1 year, like that's small potatoes for Jordan. But yeah, if he knew that dude was a coke dealer, probably not the best company to be hanging out with.
Tarnished Jordan's squeaky clean image and raised questions about his judgment.
However, how do we know that he knew? I don't know that, you know? How do we know that this, MJ knew that this dude was a coke dealer?
I was gambling unknowingly of this guy's background.
Wouldn't
okay, there you go.
characterize another mistake in that incident, the fact that you said it was alone in the beginning? I mean, because in the strictest sense of the word, Michael, that could be considered a lie.
Right. A lie to me, you. Yeah, I mean, that would be considered a mistake.
Gambling has cut short or even ruined a lot of professional sports careers. Can you give it up?
Can I give up what?
Gambling.
Oh, sure. If it affects my life or the way I play the game or jeopardize my family or my financial status or whatever or the security of my family, sure. I give it up in a minute. To solidify my argument is, whatever I've lost, I don't know, Juanita would never, I shouldn't tell you this, but I will tell you. Whatever I lost, the 108, the 55, or whatever I've lost, I've always given it back to my wife. So whatever check I make, here, honey, I'm sorry for the embarrassment. I'm sorry for what I've caused for, losing this amount of money. Here, take it. Do what you have to do with it. I wasted it. So this is yours. This is the kids. This is whatever. I didn't have to tell you that, but that tells me, and I'm sure that I'm not a gambleholic. I know where I am, I know what I'm doing, but if I feel I've done something that has embarrassed the family, I want to correct it, but yet I want to move on from it too as well.
All right, I'm going to play shrink here, see? All right?
Okay. I'm supposed to play patient or what?
When you said that you give your wife the $57,000 or the $108,000 that you lost, that says to me, you feel guilty about it.
I feel guilty that I
Fair.
did it and I actually didn't tell her I lost it. That's where the guilt comes from.
Oh, you didn't tell her.
No.
But then when you do give her that money, you do tell her.
Right.
But when you lost it, at the time you lost it.
I was really embarrassed to tell anybody because I lost. That's the most embarrassing thing is that I lost. But, I had to tell her because,
She's the chief financial officer.
Everything that comes in and leaves, she sees as well as myself. And, I don't want anything hidden from her. Even though I try to keep things from, in a sense, away from her because I know her. She's saying, did you lose that much? I can't believe you lost that much. She's concerned that, hey, don't make this a habit.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Which I reassure, hey, honey, I can stop if it's bothering you, if it's something that's gonna have us go opposite ways, fine, I won't do it. And I've learned from my wife's perspective to bet $10, $20, $50 at the most.
And that's it.
That's it.
Do you think you have...
And that's fair, too, honestly, because if you're married to somebody, and, yeah, to me, like 100-something thousand to Michael Jordan's not a big deal. But if that intensifies over time and it becomes like, oh, you lost $1 million bet. Oh, you lost a $10 million bet. You just lost $100 million. You know what I mean? Like, this could potentially become a big problem. So I do understand the concern there, you know? And yeah, he's worth over $1 billion at this point, but that's still just 1,000 million, you know? So if he starts gambling $1 million a pop instead of 100,000 a pop, do that over the course of many years, yeah, you could lose the fortune. It's possible. Glad to see Jordan didn't do it. He also didn't give up gambling, but it looks like he got control over it.
The gambling problem at all?
No, because I can stop gambling. I have a competition problem, a competitive problem.
Betting on anything from jump shots in practice to putts is common among athletes. They just aren't allowed to bet on their own sport.
Yeah.
He's like my little devil on this side. I got an angel on this side. Every now and then I listen to him, every now and then I don't. So
Jordan's best friend, Charles Barkley of the Phoenix Suns, thinks Jordan trusts people too easily and is a target for opportunists.
But these people not his friends?
What people?
The public in general.
Oh, no.
But you got to realize that, you know, everybody, he's obviously a great businessman for everybody, so everybody's his friend now. But when push comes to shove, they're not his friends.
Yeah, wow, that's cool to see. Because it's sad they had a falling out, because that's the same kind of statement that ended their friendship, because Charles Barkley basically said along the lines of Jordan surrounded, you know, this is talking about Jordan as a team owner of Charlotte, that it was something along the lines of like Jordan is surrounding himself with like yes men, and that's not what he needs. He needs people to like challenge him, you know, to make this a success. And it looked like even back then he had Jordan's back, where he's like, these guys aren't really his friends. They don't care about him. You know, they're just there to take and then move on. So it's sad to see, because the consistency I've seen with Chuck is that he always did care about Jordan, and he didn't like people taking advantage of MJ, because he actually cared about him. He was a real friend. It's sad. It's sad the falling out they had. I hope someday they get that moment, you know, like Kobe and Shaq did, and then like Magic and Isaiah did, like a sit down moment where they can just, even if it's not televised, like if they can just sit down and make amends, talk it through, hash it out.
Is what Jordan's friends called this man, Richard Esquinas, who wrote and published a scathing bet and tell book at the height of the NBA playoffs. Esquinas, a California businessman who played golf with Jordan, claims they went on a betting spree, which ended with Jordan owing him $1.2 million.
Okay, yeah, that's when it becomes a little bit of a problem. Once again, this is his prerogative. He can do whatever he wants. He's not breaking any rules or any laws, but yeah, it's becoming a problem if you're if you're losing over $1 million to one person.
Esquinas charges Jordan with being an addictive, compulsive gambler.
Michael and I got out of control wagering at levels that shouldn't be wagered at for anybody, whether you're an athlete or not.
On Monday, Esquinas met with NBA representatives to discuss the allegations in his book.
I don't want to play commissioner, and I don't want to play the NBA, but Michael should be reprimanded for gambling out of control.
Why?
What NBA rules did he break?
Exactly.
To my knowledge, he, again, I'm not the commissioner, but as I understand it, he did not break any rules, because there's no rules against legalized gambling in casinos or on the golf course.
So then why, yeah, she's going to do it.
What should Michael Jordan be reprimanded for?
Yep.
Well, the league, I think, and the commissioner is concerned that maybe this gambling is spewing off into other sports or other activities.
Well, do you have any knowledge that it has spewed off into other sports or other
I have
activities?
no concrete knowledge that it has.
Esquinas says he wrote the book as a friend to warn Jordan that he had a serious gambling addiction.
Oh, my hope was that maybe I'd reach out to Michael, and maybe he could see that by what I was going through, by what I had experienced, that maybe he could gain some insight into what impact gambling and the situation that him and I went through.
No friend would write a scathing book that is critical of a person's gambling problem release it in the middle of playoffs at a critical time when the
Well,
friend,
that's another
quote-unquote friend, should
Sure.
be concentrating on the game?
Sure.
Okay, I love Connie for this. That's awesome. Because that's so true. And that's how I would have... What a pause! I don't know what the hell I was going to say anymore. Why does this happen so often? You can't attempt to do this. It just happens. Okay, hold on. Oh, all right, a little bit better. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Like, yeah. It's if you were really MJ's friend, you wouldn't be writing a book about this to expose all this, and then especially here in this interview with Connie, you wouldn't be saying, he should be reprimanded by the commissioner. Basically, like you're asking for like this guy to get punished, and that's not what a friend would do. A friend would call you and say like, hey, can we have like a serious conversation? Like I think you might have a problem, and I'm concerned. But you wouldn't do that in the public eye, and you definitely wouldn't profit off of it by selling a book and then going to the media here to sell a book. Oh man, where was that pause? See how hard it is to get a pause like that. Like it's one little frame. Oh snap. Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done playing around here. Just having some fun. It's good stuff.
Sure. The friendship had been betrayed by Michael long before that.
Did you lose
Wait,
one?
what?
Sure. The friendship had been betrayed by Michael long before that.
Okay, so he's not a friend. So Connie caught him in that. They're not friends anymore. He's going to blame Michael, and maybe it's true. Who knows? But either way, you're not friends anymore. So you're not doing this to reach out to a friend and hope the best for a friend. No, he's not your friend anymore. So it's obvious the intent here.
Did you lose $1.2 million to Richard Esquinas?
No.
How much did you lose?
$300,000 is what I paid
$300,000.
over a 3-year period.
And you paid it up?
I paid it up. Actually, I was in the process of finishing off all the payments. But when he pulled this stunt, we never had a written agreement. I was more or less going off my honor. And I felt he dishonored me, so I don't owe him any more honor at all.
So how much do you owe him? What was the remaining
What's
debt?
the balance? 0 for my book. And I write a book on it.
He says in his...
Okay. I always try to be fair. If Jordan has that much money, why didn't he just pay him? Like one shot. Just get it over with. Why is he making payments? That's kind of weird to me to do that on a gambling debt when you have enough money to cover it.
book. At one point, you said you may as well shoot Esquinas as pay him. Do you remember saying anything like that?
Wait, what? Sorry for the cough, guys.
Said you may as well shoot Esquinas as pay him. Do you remember saying anything like that?
Do I appear to be a violent person? I mean, I couldn't harm a fly, really.
I said, Michael, I expect payment. And he says, I'd just as soon shoot you as pay you.
Did you actually believe that Michael Jordan was capable of violence?
Well, I didn't want to believe that that's true. And right now, as we speak, I don't know that Michael was capable of that kind of violence.
Even in your book, you said you didn't take it seriously.
I said didn't take it seriously. I hoped. But I did take it to my therapist, who was very concerned about it.
If you didn't take it seriously, why did you put it in your book?
Damn, dude, Connie. And I remember this in the request to watch this video. Yeah, the commenter did mention like Connie Chung was awesome. I forgot how great she was at this. She's a seasoned pro.
I took it to a level of seriousness, but not to the level that I was shaking in my sleep every night that Michael was going to come in and shoot me.
Come on.
Didn't you really want the publicity for the book and to make thousands of dollars on a blockbuster book?
No.
Of course you
That
did.
was not the primary motive for the book.
Then why release? Oh, okay, Scottie Pippen, unguarded. Okay, yeah. You're not gonna hate on Jordan in order to sell your book. Yeah, we've heard this before, bud.
Was it one of the motives?
Oh, if the book sells and does well, I'm a businessman. I hope it does. I hope it makes money.
Jordan says he has learned two lessons. Not to bet large amounts of money and to run a check on people before he lets them get too close.
Credentials harder for people to get inside.
How do you check them out?
I have an agency that checks them out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like like a detective agency?
Something like that. I even had you checked out. Just kidding.
Ooh. I'm clean.
You are. That's why I'm doing the interview.
The thought has occurred that you aren't really gambling with money. You're gambling with your reputation. Gambling with your good name.
What would they consider my good name? The purest of all pure? A person that doesn't make mistakes?
Yeah, he's human.
I'm not the perfect of all people. I do make mistakes, just like any other person. I go to the bathroom just like any other person. Maybe it's time for other people to step in and live this lifestyle. I won't have a problem with that. I'm past that stage in my life that I must live the perfect life. If that's what it takes, I'm not the man for you.
Even superstars have wishes. The one thing Michael...
It also sounds like his buddy Charles Barkley was finally rubbing off on him in kind of a positive way. Positive, negative, however you see it. But Chuck was the guy who did the commercial for Nike saying, I am not a role model, you know? And I think Jordan, probably became a little envious of that. And he's like, all right, well, I don't want to be a damn role model all the time either, Like, why did this happen?
Jordan wishes for is the one thing his fans have taken away. Michael, if you were invisible, what would you do?
Go to an amusement park with my kids. I haven't done that in I don't know how long. And I miss it. There's so many people there that, they would just invade on the time that I would try to give to my family. And that would be the number one thing I would do first.
I asked Jordan if he resents the questions on gambling. His answer, yes and no. It is his private life, but he says he wanted to get the matter off his chest. He hopes he has put the gambling issue to rest, and Jordan says there are no outstanding debts that will turn up.
Damn. What a good job by Connie Chung. I don't even know what to say about this one, you guys. Like, I learned some stuff here. All in all, I think this dude was a snake. And, if Jordan at that stage of his life, he hadn't learned a hard lesson yet of, like, careful who you trust, and, don't just blindly trust people. It takes time to build that trust. And even after you build that trust, you gotta keep your eye out, Keep your eye out, because a lot of people will stab you in the back at their first opportunity. I've experienced it. I'm sure you've all experienced it. It's happened to all of us. And, we all walk into this life trusting everyone. And as we get older and older and older, we trust less and less people. Why? Not because of any other reason other than getting burned multiple times, so you learn to be more and more careful over time. And this was a pretty young Michael Jordan here. So, I guess this was a good lesson for him. And he learned, what a snake looks like and what they're capable of and how much damage they can do. That being said, was his gambling out of hand? Hell yeah. Does that have anything to do with basketball? Hell no, it has nothing to do with basketball. Should he be reprimanded? No. Because it has nothing to do with basketball. He's not breaking any rules. It's not like he was missing games and out gambling. Then we might have a problem because that's affecting the NBA. But he never did that. He always showed up to work, played 82 games whenever he could. And I don't think this should have anything to do with his basketball legacy. This is, this is his personal private life. And he just liked to gamble. So what's the big deal? I don't know. Like, me personally, I'm not a big gambler, but I've known a lot of people who love gambling and they have jobs. The gambling doesn't affect their job. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with their job. Everyone has the right to do whatever they want to do with their own money. And you're the one who earned it. You're the one who can do what you want, whether you burn it or you invest it or you give it away, whatever it is, it's your call. So I never quite understood why the gambling thing was tied to his basketball career, like a stain on his legacy. I've never understood that, and I see that as a talking point every day in comments. I see it, and it's just confusing to me, because what does that have to do with his greatness on the basketball court? I don't know. So, anyways, with that being said, yeah, like, okay, if I was, what if I was the other way, and instead of not liking gambling, I was like, I love gambling. Would that affect my channel? No. So it's the same thing. It should be the same rules for Jordan, and it's really not fair that he had to live by a different set of rules than everybody else, you know? Anyways, with that being said, I'm out of here. Let me know what your opinions are. This was kind of a spicy and dicey interview, but I think Connie did a wonderful job, and that's all I have to say about that. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate you all. Like the video if you haven't done it yet. It helps out a ton. And yeah, subscribe if you want more content like this. Hit that bell if you want to get notified when it's time to be water, my friends. All right. Peace out, everyone.